Run, everybody run.
Go, start.
When Gazelle wake up,
How Islam Makhachev trains while he's preparing for his fight to become double champion.
Islam Makhachev isn't just getting ready for another bout. He looks like a man preparing to make a statement in his clash with Jack Della Maddalena. This camp feels different, with sharper drills, tougher sparring, and a focus in his eyes that signals nothing less than hunger for a second belt. Even his teammates admit he's operating at a new level, and the footage backs it up. Every session seems to be shaping him into a harder, stronger, and more dangerous fighter than ever before.
And when you look at Makhachev, first of all, Makhachev is a monster. He's a monster. You do not want to fight that guy when he's gone through a full camp in Dagestan, ready to go. And he had adjusted to Volkanovski's style. He had a completely good solution. He had a perfect solution. The kicks to the body. He was throwing those kicks to the body. He set up that head kick. He took away Volkanovski's leg kicks from the outside. He took away all the shit that Volkanovski was doing to him that was troubling him in the first fight, and he put tighter squeeze into it. Well, I think his squeeze is just phenomenal. Because if you see the way he tapped Drew Dober too, the same sort of situation, he gets guys on the ground and they just, I think it's just a next level power and squeeze. Some dudes just have next level squeeze and next level like grappling power, and he's developed that his whole life. He's also enormous for 150.
And as always, Islam is passing down the skills he's best known for to his teammates. This time sharpening his devastating inside leg trip, delivered with lightning speed and accuracy. It's the kind of move that forces opponents to hesitate before making their next step. Jack Della Maddalena is likely studying it carefully in hopes of finding an answer, but whether he can actually stop it is an entirely different question.
Вперед то сделай, то же самое. Хорош.
Makhachev is showing a level of precision that sets him apart, sharpening even the smallest details and focusing tirelessly on areas most fighters overlook, like wrist strength, making sure no part of his game is left behind. It's this kind of dedication that transforms champions into legends, and it could be the very edge that delivers his defining knockout moment.
You guys talking to recently about Coach Khabib? Is he like a little too crazy in the gym now, pushing you guys?
yeah, of course.
They kill everyone.
Not excuse, always training.
What makes him so crazy?
It's not crazy, you know. This is like what his father did. But with his father, we can sit and talk. Hey, coach, today I'm a little bit tired. Can I do something else? But with Khabib, it's not.
Islam made it clear that this level of detail and training demands an exceptionally sharp coach. And under Khabib, there's simply no room for excuses or shortcuts. The grind is constant and unforgiving. He explained that this comes from the way Khabib was raised by his father, Abdulmanap, who pushed him relentlessly, though with time Abdulmanap became more understanding, allowing fighters to speak up if they were tired or needed adjustments. But with Khabib, Islam admits that luxury doesn't exist. Once training begins, you push through to the end, no questions asked.
I know you talked a little bit about Jack. What do you think he's going to be a hard fight for you? I know he said he wants to get one back for Alexander Volkanovski here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard fight. Honestly, it's gonna be. I saw his fight against Bilal. He's good, man. He is good. When he beginning fighting in UFC, he had a problem with the wrestling, but now he's improved because I see he training a lot with the wrestlers, with the grapplers. Yeah. That's why he's a champion right now, and he's good everywhere. But
Islam spoke about his opponent with honesty and respect, avoiding any trash talk and instead calling Jack Della Maddalena a tough challenge while giving him credit for how far he's come. He noted that Jack initially struggled with wrestling in his early UFC career, but has since improved by working hard with top wrestlers and grapplers, and that dedication has turned him into a dangerous and well-rounded fighter. Islam admitted that this progress is exactly why he's been training with such intensity, focusing on every detail and refining each aspect of his game to make sure he's fully prepared.
Islam looked like Michelangelo sculpted him.
He's so big. He's so strong, so
What
good.
does he weigh? What does he weigh like normal? Like right now, if you called him up, what do you weigh, brother?
I would say at least minimum like 185, 190.
Get the fuck out of here. He's 210 pounds.
No, it's like
That guy's 250 pounds.
his strength feels like 250 pounds.
That's what I hear.
But that's the thing with them. They're always training. No matter what they're doing, they always at least run once a day or grapple.
So he's
At least once a day.
losing roughly 30 pounds to make 55.
From the start, I would say.
Yeah, he's big. That's about as big as you can get and keep doing that. That's big.
Yeah, and he's tall. He's lengthy, and he has power. Like, he could go up to 70 easily, I think.
Yeah, easily. He's got real power now on his feet, which is a new addition over the last, Oliveira. He had Oliveira.
Islam's training has been so intense that even experts can't help but take notice. Joe Rogan was blown away by Makhachev's physique, joking that he looks like a Michelangelo sculpture when he asked Belal Muhammad about Islam's natural weight. Belal estimated around 185 to 190 pounds, but Rogan couldn't believe it, stunned by his sheer size and strength. Belal agreed, saying Islam's power feels unreal and comes from the brutal Dagestani grind of daily runs, endless grappling, and relentless conditioning. Rogan pointed out that all this work clearly shows, as Islam's striking has now become a dangerous weapon and his stand-up game has reached an elite level.
Islam beat Charles. Like, nobody saw me coming.
I thought it was going to be a tough fight.
It was going to be a tough fight, too, man.
He hurt him on the feet.
On the feet.
On the feet?
Beat him standing, and then followed him to where everybody thought he would be safe at. I seen a clip of that choke that he did. I know how that choke was so tight. So, because most people finish a head and arm triangle, they go into the elbow.
The bicep, yeah.
He went
up higher.
He went up higher. And then locked it here.
Tighter squeeze into it. Well, I think his squeeze is just phenomenal. Like, if you see the way he tapped Drew Dober too, the same sort of situation, he gets guys on the ground and I think it's just a next level power and squeeze. Some dudes just have next level squeeze and next level grappling power, and he's developed that his whole life. He's also enormous for 155.
When reflecting on his past victories, both Jamal Hill and Joe Rogan admitted they never expected Islam Makhachev to defeat Charles Oliveira in such dominant fashion. Rogan highlighted how Islam first hurt him on the feet, while Hill emphasized that he then followed Oliveira into his strongest area, grappling, and still took full control. Hill broke down the finish, explaining that Islam's choke was unique compared to a standard head and arm triangle, as he locked it higher on the forearm to apply crushing pressure. Rogan added that Islam's squeeze is on another level, pointing to how he forced Drew Dober to tap in a similar fashion. For them, it was clear proof of Islam's elite strength, grappling, and sheer size, something that continues to show in his latest training footage.
When I was in Dagestan, I'm watching them and he's sparring with heavyweights. They were going hard. They were trying to kill him. The fact that the guy was 230 pounds and Islam's 180. So I didn't want Islam to get hit. When you get hit with someone that's a big heavyweight that's got that kind of weight and ferocity, it's killing brain cells.
Coach Javier Mendez revealed just how much punishment Islam Makhachev endures during training camp, explaining that he had been sparring with heavyweights who weren't holding back. These partners, some weighing around 230 pounds while Islam was closer to 180, were throwing with real power, and the size difference alone concerned his coach. Javier admitted he didn't like watching it, since taking clean shots from men that big can cause serious damage. Still, he emphasized that it highlights Islam's toughness, discipline, and relentless mindset to prepare in the harshest way possible, proving that he's ready to face opponents even bigger than him.
Talks about how heavy he is, but in reality I was heavier than him. If you look the numbers, I was 181 and he was 178. I didn't feel he that strong at all, at least on the pressure, but like you say, I cannot say that because I feel like he let me get up. I rushed trying to get on my feet, and unfortunately he got a very tight position. I was very impressed. I'm not excusing Islam is a great fighter, but I just feel frustrated about myself making such a amateur mistake.
A clear example of this readiness comes from Moano, a former opponent of Islam Makhachev, who pushed back against the idea that Islam only wins because of his size.
I think he's going to fill into that weight. He's a really big 155er. So I think his lifestyle outside of training camp is going to be a little more comfortable, and he'll fill into that weight class no problem. He could be champion there for sure.
How do you think he does against JDM?
I think the beginning of the fight is going to tell the story, like how well JDM does at getting up, how well JDM does at keeping Islam off of his feet, off of his legs, off of the cage. It's tough to call that because JDM's a big guy, athletic. I'm excited about that.
Leon Edwards also shared his thoughts on the upcoming Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena showdown, giving a cautious yet balanced take by calling the fight unpredictable. He acknowledged Jack as a skilled grappler and a naturally bigger athlete, which makes him a serious threat, but said he's most interested in seeing how the fight plays out. According to Leon, both men will bring sharp skills, smart strategies, and high intensity, setting the stage for an action-packed matchup. What's your take on this fight? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates and insights.